In this setup, we're going to print a string on the LCD, and the following components are the LCD or the liquid crystal display 1602 with I2C module, the Arduino board, and the male-to-male wires. The LCD or the liquid crystal display has the following digital pin. Start from pin number 1 with a symbol of BSS, that is a ground pin for the display. The pin number 2 or the VDD, that is power supply for logic or 5 volts power supply to the display. The next pin or the BO is the input pin for the brightness for the display. And the pin number 4 or the RS, that is a register select pin. Number 5 is the RW, and that is read-write signal. And the next pin are the E, and that is the enable pin. Start from pin 7 to 14 are the parallel data input pin with the following symbol DB0, DB1, DB2, DB3, DB4, DB5, DB6, and DB7. The pin number 15, that is the lead positive or what we call the anode of lead backlight, and the pin number 16, that is the lead negative or what we call the cathode of lead backlight. Furthermore, this is a 16 by 2 LCD display screen with I2C interface. It is able to display 16 by 2 characters on 2 lines, white characters in blue background. Usually, Arduino LCD display projects will run out of pin resources easily, especially on this board. And it is also very complicated with the wire soldering and connection. This I2C 16 by 2 Arduino LCD screen is using an I2C communication interface. It means it only needs 4 pins for the LCD displays, and the following are the VCC, GND, SDA, and ECL. It will save at least 4 digital analog pins on Arduino, and you can connect with a jumper wire directly. These modules are currently supplied with a default I2C address of either 0x27 or 0x3F. This time, my default address is 0x3F because I have 3 sets of pads labeled A0, A1, and A2. Then, if there are no pads in your I2C address, then that will be 0x27. In this sketch, we are going to work with LCD and I2C module. The first 2 lines indicates that we are including some functionalities of Wire.h and LCD I2C. Without this library, this sketch will not work, with the error saying no such file or directory. Later on, I'll show you how to download it on the GitHub repository, and thanks to GitHub repo, and I have already used the zip file on this sketch. In this variable declaration with a data type of character, I'm assigning here in RE1 a string that is hello world, and in RE2 a string named welcome Arduinotics is assigned, and with a delay time of 500 milliseconds or equivalent to half a second. This string hello world from RE1 and from RE2, that is welcome Arduinotics, this will be displayed into the LCD later on. In this part, we are initializing the library with the numbers of the interface pins. And we are setting the LCD address to 0x27 for a 16 characters and 2-line display. And this, we are setting the pins on the I2C chip used for LCD connection with the following address. The first one is the EN, and that EN is the enable pin, the RW, that is the read-write pin, and the register select, then data 4, data 5, data 6, and so on. In this void setup, we are initializing the LCD in this init function and opening the backlight in this backlight function. In this void loop, we are setting the cursor to column 15, line 0, and that 15, 0 is the top right of our LCD. In this for loop functions, we have here position counter 1 with a data type of integer that is initialized to 0, with a test expression of position counter 1 less than 26. This will iterate incrementally, and this loop will terminated when position counter 1 becomes 26 because it is false already. This line scrolls the contents of the display 1 space to the left,
And this LCD that print RE1 position counter, this will print a message to the LCD. Of course, the message that will be printed on the LCD is the assigned string on RE1, and that is hello world. The delay time for every character will wait for 500 milliseconds or equivalent to half seconds. Then this clear functions will clear the LCD screen and position the cursor in the upper left corner. In this for loop functions will display the assigned string in array2. And this string is welcome Arduinotics. Let's check our code. This time you will get an error displaying no such file or directory because you don't have yet the Liquid Crystal I2C add on this. This time I'll show you how to download a zip file that is for Liquid Crystal I2C library in GitHub repository. I'm going to open a browser for that. Just key in here the Liquid Crystal display I2C library GitHub. So this site will direct you in a GitHub repository and the file that you're going to download. So just click here in download, then click the download zip. And after downloading the zip file, I have placed it here in my desktop. Then go to your sketch. Then in this sketch, just click the include library and then add zip library. Then just locate your file. This notify me a library named Liquid Crystal I2C Master already exists because I have already added it on my sketch. Let's now upload our sketch to our Arduino board and see to it that in our tools, our Arduino Uno is connected to our board, and then our port here is in COM9 Arduino Uno. And upload it. Okay, so here is the result.
It displayed the string from RE1, that is hello world, and the string from RE2, and that is welcome Arduinotics.
This time, let's perform some tricks on this sketch. And I'm going to adjust this delay time to 100 milliseconds and upload. And check the result. Next one, let's delete this backlight function, upload, and check the result. As you can see in our LCD or liquid crystal display has no backlight.
And you cannot see clearly the text displayed on the LCD.
Next one, let's change this left to right. And then the other one for array2 and upload and see the result.
And this is how the lcd.scroll display right function works.
Next is setting the cursor or the display on the LCD. This time a display appear in column 15, line 0. In short, that is in top right position. And this time I'm going to arrange the setup for this array2 and change it to column 15, line 0, and check the result. You can also set your cursor to column 0, line 0, and that is top left, or column 0, line 1, and that is bottom left. Furthermore, it depends upon on how your string will be displayed in LCD.
One more thing, you can also adjust here the backlight of the LCD, making your text appear more clearly on the LCD or dim.